Hi guys. Whoa, echo. Wasn't expecting that. Unless that was the voice of God. You need to come to Mark Teaches Music. Hi guys, this is Mark Black. This is Mark Teaches Music. I think I need a little bit of reverb. Just tap, yeah, like that. Yeah, just a little room. Okay, so I'm Mark Black. This is Mark Teaches Music, and this is my improv workshop. Congratulations for being here. It ought to be a lot of fun today. This is session number 42. And today is the 25th day of July, 2023. I guess, this is the last one in July. And I want you to have fun and be awesome. That is trademark. Don't try to take that. And there's a link in the description here that has all the charts and all of the charts, but also mostly what you probably want is the scales that we're going to use. And the two songs we're doing today, one's called The Voyage, and the other was what we were listening to, if you tuned in right there in the beginning. And the next one, the other one's called Somethin Somethin. And so in my improv workshops, we're trying to learn to improvise better, and ad-libbing, improvising, and we're making up great melodies and stuff. And I know that you can do that. I know you can learn to do that. So for information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com. And if you got any questions, put them in the chat. Duh. And if you're looking at this after the chat, send me an email at mark@dallasmusiclessons, and I'll get back to that. So we're not just ad-libbing here. We're trying to get better, dramatically, noticeably improve. And so we'll ad-lib something, and I'll talk and say something that I'm trying to hopefully is pertinent, not pertinent, really helpful. Like, wow, that really sounded good. Why? Oh, here you go. Try this. So we'll learn like that. And so if you have a request for styles, a different style, I'm doing things that are interesting to me. Sometimes they're not quite as awesome as I think they are, but sometimes they're more awesome than I think they are. So you got a style you'd like to hear, or another instrument that I haven't played? If I can play it, I'll try, or at least I'll consider it. Certainly try to do other styles. And, I try to get through jazz, certainly, jazz, country music, blues, bluegrassy. I'm just looking at my little thing here that has all the different things we tried to do. Where is it? Improv checklist is. Look at that. So these styles, haven't done. Let's see, pop. Trying to do smooth jazz. Yeah, smooth jazz. That's right. Funk, folk. I already said blues. I already said pop, ballads, blues, Bollywood. Yeah, I got a Bollywood song. And I loved it. And metal-ish. And so, yeah, just looking at all those styles. So anyway, techno, dance music. Yeah, that's right, all that stuff. So anyway, if you got a request for a style, just holla, and we will try to do that style, or try to get things in there like that. And and if you like this, like what we're hearing and like what we're doing, you need to like this. You need to hit subscribe. You need to hit the bell for notifications, and invite other people, and share the links to this, that Mark Teaches Music, and get other people involved. And then also, you can send me money. You can send me instruments, cars, stock, publicly traded stock would be good, I guess. And then if you like one of either, we do 2 songs at a time, per time. And so if you like either one of these tracks, send me an email and I get your email. But you'll get a track. And I'll send you a link for one of the tracks. You tell me which one you want, and I'll send it to you, and then you can play with it. So like I said, the links for all of the songs, the charts and the scales used are in the description. And so use that, and don't just sit here and watch this video. You need to let's see here, excuse me a second. Let's see, I want to say, make this go. Doot, 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 doot. So anyway, so you know, you can download those. Don't just sit and watch. You know, jump in and play. Don't wait to see what you know, the inspiration hits you. The better thing to do is just jump in and start playing. Make mistakes. Lord knows I'm gonna make some mistakes. So you can, when it's my turn, I'm playing. Listen. And you can also be thinking else what else you'd like to do. So you're trying to gather your thoughts. What would I like to hear? What do I think is important to hear? And then when it's your turn, jump right in and don't wait. So don't be put off by a style you don't like, or music, or maybe something's confusing or something like that. It's like, listen to it and try to make it excellent because of your excellent effort. And you learn things by other instruments. So I'm going to play the flute and the electric guitar today. So you may not like the flute, let's say. Or you don't play the flute, like, well, what is going on? So you can learn from lots from other instruments because they play a different way, and because they play a different way, they play different lines, and they hold different things and cut off things. For example, double tonguing is great, easy on the flute. It's really hard on the guitars. It doesn't really that effective. So, when we're going to listen, when you're playing a song, you want to ad-lib. Listen to the chart, listen to the music until it repeats, and you can do it several times, and then you start to anticipate, expect, here comes that, there's that cool chord. And so instead of being caught off guard by it, you're expecting it. So let's see, and if what we're ad-libbing is too hard, for example, the first song is not hard, it's all in the same key. And whatever the first key is, which we'll talk about in a second. It's all in the first key except for the very last measure. So there's 23 measures in one key, one scale, and then one measure that steps out of the scale with one note, uno noto. So and then other songs, some songs even only have one or two chords. And then some songs are harder. The second song that we're going to play today is somewhat harder. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that you should sing, as is a great thing. You're singing to prime the pump. If you get stuck, I'm not talking about you singing if you're not a singer. I'm saying you're sitting there trying to figure out what to do. Here's the song you're doing, and you're like, my gosh, I can't figure out what to do. And hopefully music, so I don't see any music. Oh, there it is. So you think, what do I do? So you go. So then you try to find that on your instrument, on your flute, on your saxophone, on your guitar, and then you play some da 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 da. Then you try to find that, and then it's like your what you sing is close to you. And if you're a vocalist, that's what you would do through the whole song. What's your term? You could call it scatting, although that of course that's jazz, but it's the best term. But the entire melody is your voice, what you're making up. But if you're a vocalist, do that. But if you're not, and you're stuck on an instrument, you're an instrumentalist, then sing a little bit to kind of get you, oh, this is what I'll do. So let's see. So the first song here is called The Voyage. Now listen, it was supposed to be in C minor. I put out the things in C minor, including the charts in C minor. It says it's in C minor. And then when I get here, like 10 minutes ago, it's like, hey, this recording I got is in A minor because I do the E flat instrument chart last. And the way I do that is by transposing the whole thing to the key and printing that chart out. So it got recorded in the key of A apple minor. So that means if you're a C instrument, you need to be using the A minor scale, A minor pentatonic, A minor blues, and A natural minor, which is the notes of the C scale. If you're a B flat instrument, hey, B flat instruments, are you there? Shout out to the B flat instrument. Oh yeah, there's one. He's got sunglasses on. So the B flat instrument would be the key of B, which is the D major scale, B natural minor, all except for the last. And if you're on an alto sax or an E flat instrument, there is an E flat euphonium as well. I'm sure there's 24 right now listening to that E flat with their little euphoniums, right, ready to go. I think it's like this. So anyway, they're all ready to that's where the word euphemism comes from. It's from euphonium. They actually do have the same root. So anyway, so E flat instrument, you'll be in the key of, what could I say, F sharp minor, which is the same notes as the A scale, except for the very last chord. So anyway, sorry about that. Can't fix it. Too late. So this song is in A apple minor. I'm going to change this word right here. But I will be displaying the chart in just a second in A minor. Just by the way. Das ist in A minor, and can't do anything about it. So here's how it sounds. Now listen, when you're doing this, you're trying to soak up the changes by listening. So don't just go, my gosh, and the bands, the rock band, the jazz band. Nope, when we're listening, I say, listen to the song, don't play, figure out what your part is, listen closely, suck up the, imbibe the differences, the subtlety, everybody's playing, practicing the little part, it'd be a lot better for them and for you to just listen. You're trying to hear where those changes are. Let me switch to this picture, which got the chart there, and you can see and hear, as well as hear, the changes. You get to see them. Oh yeah, that's super, super cool. So here's the music, and I want you to just note, I'm assuming you can see these pretty good. So there's the A minor. Ha, 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 ha. A minor 11, ha, ha. D minor, ha, F, G. Now listen, you're trying to absorb this. This repeats. You're like, think about this. This is epic, right? You're like, whoa, I'm gonna play something really not. Here's something that's like, wow, this is important. There's the F. There's the G. That's gone to the relative major. C. There's the E minor. Because it keeps it from being predictable. Or quite so predictable. Here's the F in the last line. The C. F. D minor. Now here's the one place. Now if you play that, you're playing the C scale, your C instrument, we'd put a G sharp in that C scale. So that would be the in that big G sharp in that A minor scale, which is the same as the C scale. So it'd be A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp. No, actually, A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp. So adding a G sharp to that, and that would get us the notes of that chord. That's an exciting part. That's the G sharp, and that makes it exciting. Punching it back, turning around, punching it back. Go back to the beginning, fool, it says. So we're going to do that, fool. So, all right, so we're going to ad-lib, and I'm going to start, and we'll take probably 8 measures at a time, meaning like it repeats the first 4 lines, 16 measures at a time. Yeah, 16 measures at a time. So here's the flute, in case you were wondering. And so let's back up just a tat, or perhaps a micro tat. Let's see. I'm going. If I'm too loud, it's your turn. There's the D minor. Keep going. There's the C. It's still you. A minor. Q. All right. Your turn. It's the happy part. It's the E minor, next to the last line. Hey, Jeffrey. C. Now you keep going to the A minor, top. turn. Your turn. Okay, I'm going to jump in. Your turn. Still the A minor. Fourth line D minor. All right, C major. Thanks, Jeffrey. That's right. Get to that C. Kind of the lightning, kind of gets a little happier, but still got that. Here comes that chord. Your turn. Next to last measure. Take it back up to the top. The A minor. Ready? Go. Kind of a dark sound. It sounds kind of like, whoa, this is heavy. Okay, now I just want to comment. It's my turn now. My turn. Do I speak? I'm talking to this mic because I have to turn this was down because the flute's loud and this picks up so much. So anyway, so here's this song. We want it to sound dark, not evil dark, but like whoa, whoa. So now remember, I've been talking about this for about a month. The notes of any major, not any chord, are just letter names. All the A chords are A, C, E. If you want to make it a 7, A, C, E, G. All the B chords are B, D, F, A. All the all the C chords are C, E, G, B. All the D chords are D, F, A, C. See, I'm not memorizing this. It's just alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Well, then A, C, E, G. That's the A chords. D, F, A, C. That's the D chords. E, G, B, D, that's the E chords. F, A, C, E, that's the F chords. G, B, D, F, that's the G chords. And that's all the chords there are. There ain't no more. And we make them sharp and flat and stuff. Whoa. We make them sharp and flat. We make them sharp and flat to get the correct notes. But that's the letter. So anyway, to make this exciting, so I'm going to go back to the very beginning. The point is, I'm going to see, it's an A chord, right? For a B flat instrument, it's a B chord, B minor chord. For the E flat alto sax, it is a F sharp minor chord. So I'm going to play the second note of the scale, or the sixth note of the scale. So I'm playing an A, so I'm going to play a B, and maybe I'll play a B and an F sharp, just to hear that makes it a little darker or perhaps more mysterious, something like that. Oh, really? That's the 2 of the D chord. That's the 2 of the F chord. Now I'm going to play the 6. 6. I'll play the 2. To do that, what I mean is a little hard spontaneous to hit all the 2s, not to do it, but that it would sound great. They won't all sound great. We talked about it many times. Whatever cool thing we do, if we just keep doing that same single cool thing, like the magician who people, I'm sorry. Anyway, like the magician, when people figure out his trick, it's like, oh, I know how you're doing that. You're just playing 2s. So what I'm saying is difficult about it is, or we have to change about it, is we want to change it up. So anyway, try some 2s. For the A chord, you're playing a B. Play it on the guitar. If you're playing it on the trumpet, play C sharp, because you're in the key B minor. All right, here comes. Y'all starting. Not me. No way, sucker. All right, here comes the y'all. At the beginning, on the A minor or B minor, depending on the key. Soak up that darkness. Mighty to save. Take it again. Yes, it's mighty to save. I'm gonna take the happy part. Here it comes. Show you, and I come in. Turn. One of the sad part. All right. Now, I've said this a bunch. Yeah. Sorry, I remember to turn this back. But I said it a bunch. The deal is all music, classical music, every kind of music, written music, ad-libbing, is tension and resolution. You got to do something comfortable. You have to do something exciting. And so a high, long note is exciting. But if we do, there's 24 measures in the song. If we do 24 measures of them, we will quickly be like around measure 6. The listener will be like, oh my, he's just playing long high notes. And then if we play fast, hey TDB, if we play just fast notes, again that'll be exciting. Oh wow, it's all fast. I'm talking about not changing the fast. It's just just like that, same speed. It's like after 4 or 5 measures of that, we'll be like, well, he's just playing 8th note, 16th notes in that case, So it's not like, do you play 16th notes? Do you play high notes? Do you play fast notes? Do you play slow notes? You play all those notes. It's whatever you're doing after 2 measures or 4 measures, you change. And you change to something that contrasts in some way. Does it have to contrast greatly? Not necessarily. It could be just a slight contrast. But some sort of contrast. And then don't forget there are many dimensions of contrast. So high and low, fast and slow. You can articulations. You're on the guitar. You go, so I'm on this thing and I go, which doesn't sound like much, but let's put a background to it. Help me. I'm grabbing the song. All I did was just play a freaking chromatic scale, but it sounded like, whoa, what's he doing? What's this marvelous mystery tour he's taking us on? It's just a chromatic scale, and you can all play that on any instrument, singing it as well. We haven't heard that today, so it's like it sounds like, wow, that's exciting and interesting. And if I did it every 4th measure, about the 3rd time, you'd say, hey, just play a chromatic scale. All right, so switch it up, make things interesting. Play in the low register of your instrument, go up to the high register, switch things around. Try, and in sequence, it's just playing the same thing on different notes. So I go, it doesn't matter what I'm fixing to do, but whatever I'm fixing to do, I just do it on a different note. And so the ear says, hey, that's alike. It's like that, but it's also changed. So, okay, here's your time. We're going to start right at the beginning with, you have 1 type through the song, 24 measures. It's your turn. 1, 2, just you, go. Back to the A minor. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. There you go. Okay. Super cool. Love that song. If I do say so myself. And that's a really cool sound. And you should have a great time ad-libbing to it. Basically, first the instrument's just a C scale. And if I was playing on, just let me take a second. As long as I'm here, I got this guitar over here for the next song. Let's switch this picture. I bet it's not going to look right. But so I just wanted to show you just this really basic thing. I just want to say, hey man, check it out, check it out, check it out. That is a really stupid shot. Don't worry, there's a reason I'm doing this. see what it is. But there is one. So I just wanted you to see, I'm just playing a regular old American major scale around here now. Yeah. So I'm just going, that's just a scale, right? So I'm sorry, play. So we take that and we just play the scale. Sorry. I realize now that it's over, you couldn't see it. But I'll have to fix that because the next song is on the guitar. So, okay, well, that's cool. That was her song, The Voyage. And this next song is called Somethin Somethin. And it is a transcription of a song that the jazz band is doing. And they're doing it, and we changed the chords, and this is the changed chords and then changed some more, like it's excessively changed chords. We really changed these chords a lot. So let's see what I've got here. I'm trying to get this. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to make a wonderful, useful, doesn't look like I'm doing it, but here it is. Okay, so here's this song. Let me bring up this chart. This is for me. You can't see this chart because it's a sacred chart. Not really. Let's see, the Voyage is done, and now it's time for Somethin Somethin. And here's this. This is a jazz song for sure, in the key of D minor. Let's see what this sounds like. Yeah, basically D minor. There's a C chord. There's a D minor, really tiny. There's the D7. G minor. That's the progression. Just 8 bars. There's the A. Yeah. G minor. C7. Okay, one more time. Alright, we'll start at the top. And I'm going to go first. And so this is basically in D minor. The reason this is this, let's look at this with the chart here. The reason this is our harder song for the day is because this is in basically D harmonic minor. I think the simplest pattern to use with this is either the 6th major, and then you raise the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So all I'm doing is counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Raising that. Again, that's 7. Or the 6th. This is D minor in the 3rd. I'm sorry. Which is normally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5, 6, 7. So we're just raising the 7th scale degree. So, or just repeating what I just said. So the reason this is, I am so sorry. Why is that not what I wanted y'all to say? Oh, I'm switching back and forth. So on that A7, the 2nd chord, it goes right to that harmonic minor. And then on the 4th chord, right there, instead of being all, I'm settled in D minor, it does the D7 to punch you back to this is the dominant of the G minor, and so it's punching you back to G minor. And this time it doesn't go to the A7. It just goes, so see, so it's like, oh, a little regular old jazz song in the F, and it doesn't do that. So it's just got kind of meandering about the D minorish area, but D harmonic minor, D natural minor, and then a small excursion in the G harmonic minor, if you want to say. So we're going to start at the top, And I'm, let's see, I'm going to do this so you can see my guitarra. And let us do this together. Let's do this thing. Let's see what I got. Turn. Go. Go. Yeah. It's cool. That's all right. You got another shot at it. Yeah. Okay, it's my turn. Your turn. You get 3 like me. Go. Keep going. Oh yeah. Okay, let me just take a second. And look, you are an instrumental player. You are an instrument, a non-fiddle instrument player, and you're like, you know, just mostly this is just the F scale, F major scale, 1 flat. You are a guitar player. You know your pentatonic, blues scale. That's all you know. That's okay. A regular horn player has only got, for the guitar player, the regular horn player, like a sax player or something, trumpet player, this range is that. Well, I don't know what that means, WLF. Your hand posture is very feminine. I don't know what that means. You mean I have small hands? Or need to cut my nails? I'm not sure. But anyway, so I don't know how to fix it. Let's see. So I'm saying that. Oh yeah. So if you're an instrument player, so this is just the F scale, which I'll play it right. If we had that track behind it, and going slow. I'm just saying this is not hard to do. This is. Your turn. My hand posture is very feminine. What does it mean? Come on, baby. Rock out for me. Come on, make it work. Take another, make it cool, make it rock. It's jazz, make it jazz. Now check it out. I'm listening to the blues scale, right? Anyway. Turn. Help me out, WLF. What does feminine hand posture mean? It's beyond me. One more. Okay, so I want to take a second. It's my turn now. So I want to take a second to say, okay, so what if I was a vocalist? If I'm a vocalist, you're listening to vocals, you're a vocalist, I'm going, yeah, I'm an instrumentalist. I want to kind of get some ideas I want to get some ideas to give me some ideas to play. So I would do a little bit. I just go like, I'm saying to sing just a little bit. It can sound terrible, but it's just giving yourself ideas. So you go like this. I go. So I find that. You know, there you go. I found that lick, and I might go, well, that wasn't that great. Or I might go, whoa, that's so cool. And so I'm hanging on to that, and because I thought it was a cool lick. It came right out of me. Now, I just want to comment. So like, you know, the a great goal for a jazz guitarist, which I'll be for a second here, is called solfege, which only in jazz would they use that term. What I'm saying, solfege means do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's what solfege actually means. But in jazz, we use this, what's his name? Great, amazing player. Really phenomenal player. And George Benson, there we go. So I can go, so I'm going to do a solfege for you. So it's where you play what you sing what you're playing. So I'm just going to do it for a second. See where try doing that. And just by the way, if you want to do that slow, if you want to learn to do that, you would just do something simple like this. So you go do 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 start slow. Okay, sorry. It's going to be your turn for a long time now. Here you go. It's your turn. 1, 2, ready, go. Keep going. One more time. Okay. Your turn. Take it. All right, my turn. I go. Ending. We can start back over in a second. So, okay. So, I've been reported to. So apparently, you have a sixth grader comment. All right, my turn. Your turn. Okay, now let's try it. This time, the only thing we're going to do it 4 measures at a time. It's a little harder in 4 measures in the sense that you don't have as much time to regroup, but that's okay. And also in this particular chart, our chart has a slightly different, the second chord is different in the first line and the second line. So everything else is the same. So we're going to do just 4 measures at a time. I'll go the first measure. Here I go. Got any 4 measures? You're going to return. Your turn. And my turn. Your turn. And my turn. Your turn. My turn. One more time. You keep going now. Keep going. One more time. You got it. Okay, we're going to stop for that for now. Okay, so super cool progression, obviously jazz. And you saw, I'm going to fight with this microphone look over. You saw that most of, really you could treat the whole thing as just D minor, which is the F major scale starting on the D note, and catch most of the things. Now, most, if not all, and if you make a little adjustment in the, depending on the measure, I'm looking at the second measure, there's a little adjustment, and the fourth measure, there's a little adjustment. In the and then the eighth measure, it's only an 8-bar phrase. It starts over after eight bars, but it's only like one note that changes. So if you do it by ear, play really slow. I'm talking about dum ba da do dee. If you play like that, I'm talking about at first, then you can hear the changes. You can hear what is altered in that scale, and then you'll be like, the right note can only be a half step up or a half step down. So we're done now, and on this, and now it's time for to play and sing, our Q&A. But let me just see here. So so it's time now for to play and sing, our Q&A. And so if you got any questions, get ready to answer or ask them. Don't answer them, please. You ask them. I'll answer them. So we're going to look at our questions. So to play and sing is my where I am answering any question in the entire planet about music, and we'll just see how I do. I reserve the right to say I don't know, which is entirely possible, or entirely. Yeah, I can certainly say I don't know. I have to say I don't know because I don't know. So I'm fairly comfortable with that. So anyway, let's see here. So here we are, and we're and this is actually, which is to me pretty cool. This is the 55th episode of To Play and Sing, our Q&A. So let's see. So looking at questions, and I'm looking at questions there. Okay, here's the question. This actually came in last week, and that was, and this is a great question. What is a way to practice a work on my song that doesn't involve practicing or much time? Well, I wish we had that. Wish we all had the answer to that. What is a way to practice that doesn't involve practicing or much time? So here's a great way to practice, and that goes for everything. It works especially well for the vocals, but it works all well for any instrument as well. And I call it active listening. And active listening means you're listening to the song, and you are actively engaged with remembering what the song sounds like. I'm talking about you're listening to the song, and you're performing the song. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. You're listening to the song, listening to the performance of the song, and you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. If you're playing an instrument, but you're not everything short of actually playing. And if you're a vocalist, everything short of actually singing, but you're breathing when you're supposed to breathe. You're thinking when he goes up, I've been waiting. You're hearing that for a girl like you. You listen to that. That's right. And so you're breathing. But in your head, I've been waiting. making every adjustment, every single thing, but you're not making a sound. You're not playing a note. And what that causes you to do is it causes you, here's the original version, and it's causing you to get from your original version, to cause your version and the original version to mesh, because you'll go up when you thought you were supposed to go down, and you didn't know there's another note there. You thought those were 16th notes, or those were dotted eighths or 16th, and they're swing eighths or whatever. And you're noticing different things. I think maybe he played that on the sixth fret of the second string instead of the first fret of the first string, and because of the timbre. So you're noticing things, and you go all the way through the song like that, focusing on the change, the difference between what you hear, because you're actively trying to do it, and you're not trying to overpower the original. You're listening closely to the original, but you're also making your effort to get in there and sing or play your part. And you'll notice things like, and I'm telling you, a big thing that everybody in the world needs to stop is you're either listening and learning, or you're performing, and I'm talking about on your part. You're either listening and what is my part am I supposed to be doing? Or you're performing and you're doing the part. But don't, if you're supposed to be listening, don't play on top of it, and you don't even know what the other person's doing. So this is saying a great way to practice is, and a great way to imbibe is not the right word. Assimilate, absorb the right part, the original part, the correct part, the good part, is to listen to it while you're actively engaged in going through all the motions, every single thing of playing, except the actual sound. And the only reason, what we're doing is just taking a step back, so we're being more involved than just listening. We're not passively listening, we're actively doing stuff, but a step down from playing, in which you will step and perhaps not play on top of what you're trying to learn this. Instead, you're playing on top of it, not noticing. And that's a good thing to do for a week or two, depending on how long you're working on a song. But the first part of a song, because if we first work on the song, we're kind of don't know. And what we tend to do is frequently we'll learn kind of an off way. It's not quite exactly right. It's a 90% version. I'm talking about what's in your head to sing or what's in your head to play. It's not quite right. And it's better to go slower in the beginning, learning more carefully and correctly, absorbing all the parts, the pieces, rather than I took longer to learn this, but so it's like this, and then whoosh, because everything you learned was correct, and now you got it on, and you can just ramp it up. Instead of, you're kind of, and then you get this far, and you go like, wait, that's all wrong. That part there is not correct. That's not even on the right string, or that's not in the right key, or whatever. This is not a very good example, but the jazz rock band is doing tough enough, ain't that tough enough, except the guy who's singing it, I just can't get over, he's going, tough, ain't that tough enough, which is not a blue note. So it sounds like the original, the Fabulous Thunderbirds. It's like, ain't that tough enough, ain't that tough enough, except it should be, guys, come on with me now, it should be tough enough. That's the blue note, a lower third, ain't that tough enough. And so the point is, in my mind, as a singer in that group, it's like, well, surely, I never even thought about it, that it wasn't tough enough, the blue note, which sounds tough. And so in listening to it, it's like, oh my gosh, he's doing the tough enough, which makes it sound so cute. It's so cute. And of course the guitars are tough and everything. But all I'm getting at is that active listening, what I would assume would have happened is, here I am singing the song and I'm going, ain't that tough enough, ain't that tough enough. It's all cute. And then and then my active listening, I'm listening, but I'm not singing. Then I would notice, oh, that guy's doing the blue note. He's going, ain't that tough enough? And it would suddenly take my little wimpy sound and turn it into like an aggressive sound. So active listening, focusing on what the note does, focusing on what the original is, totally engaged, don't make a sound, including on your instrument. And if you had to play, I have a lot of trouble on sax and flute, those kind of instruments, where they're complicated onto different notes. If I just twiddle my fingers in the air, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I have to actually finger the right fingerings to get some benefit from that. And so I'm saying, if you have to play very softly, turn the original up, and you're like, okay, I can hear what he's doing. And the point is, you're trying to get the original to take over your sophomore edition, your adequate, this is okay. You're trying to get a much more aggressive, accurate vision of the song. And you can do that without singing and not just commenting. If you're a vocalist and you were sick, or your throat was hurt, or you sung enough that day, you don't want to strain your voice, you can do the active listening for your songs, so that you're engaged, you're learning, you're growing, but you're not using your voice. And but again, the main reason I said to do that was so that you are able to practice without making sound, and then getting a much more in your head accurate version. And if you're a vocalist, all vocalists are singing. Every vocalist, including classical vocalists, are singing by memory. They're remembering it, that it goes, what is the song? I'm thinking of deep in the sun kiss roll the dragonfly, out of the don't loosen from above. I have some song by Ralph Vaughan Williams, but I was thinking about the Vagabond. Give to me the life I love, let them lay before me. So anyway, so even a classical vocalist and a jazz vocalist is singing by memory, oral memory. I know what this sounds like. And so a classical vocalist, a Broadway vocalist, not a showboat, but I'm doing lots of songs. They're reading, but they're only reading the beginning. And they're reading, and then it kind of gets absorbed. This is what I do, and they're singing from memory. So anyway, for the vocalist, this active listening is a great thing to do to perfect and make exact and precise our image, our internal image of what we're doing on the song, what we're supposed to be doing. And the same thing for the instruments. It's just a little bit easier on the voice. Okay, the last question. Okay, well, I just should ask y'all, did you hear about the little boy who asked his mom, or told his mom, said, "Mom, I want to grow up and be a rock and roll musician. Mom, I want to grow up and be a rock and roll musician." And the mom said, "Now, son, you can't be both." That is what happened. So the little boy said, "Mom, I want to grow up and be a rock and roll musician." And the mom said, "Now, son, you can't do both. You can't grow up and you can't be a rock and roll. You can't do them both." Okay, well, that's what that means. If you send me an email, I'll explain that to you. So I know it's tough for some of you. So for more information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons. And if you got any questions, since this is over now, you can email me at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com. If you liked any of the tracks, the 2 tracks, send me an email, and I'll send you one of those tracks and that you can download and have and use. Because they are, I freely give you permission to use them, not to copy them, but to use them if I send it to you. Okay, all right. So that's it, and so thank you for coming to Mark Teaches Music, and thank you for coming to the to Play and Sing Q&A, and to the Improv Workshop. And as always, I want you to have fun, and I want you to be awesome.